I had the benefit of growing up in a Catholic household where we had a devotion to the Infant Jesus of Prague. There was always an Infant Jesus of Prague statue in our house, the image of the boy Jesus, and so appropriate that I've come to a parish, Our Lady Perpetual Help, that has an image of Our Lady holding the boy Jesus in his hands. And the tradition of the Infant Jesus of Prague is that our Lord, when he was very young, that he had that vision of the Calvary, of the scene on Good Friday, and that's why he ran in haste to Mary's arm, and Our Lady caught him up, and after his having had that vision of Calvary. But from that moment on, the boy Jesus realized his father's plan for his life, that he would have to die for mankind, and so he started to think about who it was that he would choose as his 12 best friends. We know them as the apostles then. And so from the time that Jesus was a little boy in the Holy Family of Nazareth, he was already thinking and planning who it was that he was going to choose. And now we have this gospel on the 11th Sunday of Ordinary Time, and we actually have our Lord choosing the 12. And so we know from the scriptures that our Lord chose St. Bartholomew and St. James, Andrew, Peter, Judas, John, James, Thomas, Philip, Matthew, Jude, and Simon the Zealot to be his best friends, to be his disciples. And the Infant Jesus of Prague then is that you would have a chaplet, and the main part of the chaplet is composed of 12 beads, and those are the beads that you would pray to each of the holy apostles on, and you would pray to them for one of the members of your family, so your brothers and sisters. And then if you don't have 12 brothers and sisters, then you would go to your favorite aunt and uncle, your godparents, cousins, and then you fill out the roster of 12, and you would come to each bead on the chaplet, and you would call out the name of the apostle, and then you would pray a Hail Mary, and ask that apostle to pray a Hail Mary also for the person in your family that you most want to see in heaven then. And so what you're doing then is assuring that person, the people that you love, that at least 2 Hail Marys a day are being prayed for them, one by you and one by one of the closest friends of Jesus Christ, the apostles, and remission of their sins. And so that's the main part of the Infant Jesus of Prague chaplet. But then on the part that I'm making now, there are 3 beads. And on those beads, you don't pray a Hail Mary prayer, but you pray an Our Father prayer. And so on those 3 beads at the beginning of the chaplet, they represent the members of the Holy Family of Nazareth. So Jesus himself, the boy Jesus, and then Mary and St. Joseph. And so on those beads you pray in Our Father, and on that first bead, that's called the Jesus bead, or the Infant Jesus of Prague bead, you ask our Lord to give you yourself the perseverance and the fortitude to pray for the remission of the sins of the people in your family, because it takes great humility and takes great fortitude to be able to do penance for other people's sins even before you would do them for yourself. And so you're asking Jesus himself to pray in Our Father for you, that you would have the courage and the strength to pray the chaplet every day for the people that you love. And then the next bead is the Immaculate Heart of Mary bead, and on that bead you're asking the Jesus' mother, Mary, to pray an Our Father prayer for your mom. So your mom is the most important person in your life. She's the one that, with the help of God and her husband, your dad, gave you life, and also your Catholic faith, had you baptized. And so you ask, of course you want your mom to be second only to the Blessed Mother as far as importance in God's eyes in heaven, because that woman, your mom, is most important in your eyes because of the things that she's given to you, life and your faith. And then the all-important bead for this coming Sunday, which is when the secular culture celebrates Father's Day is the St. Joseph bead. And so on the St. Joseph bead, you invoke St. Joseph, the patron of the terror of demons and the head of the Holy Family of Nazareth. You ask St. Joseph to pray in Our Father for your dad. And then not only do you pray in Our Father for him, but also St. Joseph does. And so two Our Fathers are being prayed for your dad. Imagine if you could tell your dad this Father's Day that the gift that you're giving him is that you're going to pray Infant Jesus of Prague Chaplet all the days of your life. Even after he passes, you'll still be praying a chaplet for him and your mom and your brothers and sisters, and that two Our Fathers will be prayed for him every day by you in remission of his sins. Because remember, St. Joseph is really what we call spiritually the most human member of the Holy Family. So Jesus himself, yes, he's 100% human, but he's also 100% God. And then Mary is the virgin that never sinned, and she was born without original sin. And so of all of the members of the Holy Family, it's St. Joseph that's the most human. He's human like us. He has original sin on his soul, and he's guilty of sinning every day against God just like we are. And so Dad is the most vulnerable member of the Holy Family and of our family. He has the most difficult job because his responsibility is to get Mom to heaven and make sure that each of us children that he's created with the help of Mom and God get to heaven as well. And so we assure our dads that we're praying for them in the remission of their sins and the success of their vocation. And so that's just a little bit on the Infant Jesus of Prague Chaplet that I'll pass out if any of the kids want to take up that devotion and give that to their fathers for Our Father's Day gift this year, that they would pray a chaplet. We'll have these blessed at the Masses, and then they can pick one up and assure their dad that they're praying for them and wish your dad a happy Father's Day. May God bless you, and may the Infant Jesus of Prague bless and protect your family.